Welcome to Mind Over Market, helping real estate agents rise and thrive, where we dive deep into the power of mindset and how it impacts success. I'm Clair Gammel, your host. Today, we're diving into a topic that every real estate agent will face at some point in their career: imposter syndrome. Whether you're breaking into a new market, working with luxury properties, or just trying to step up your game, that little voice in your head might start whispering doubts like, you don't belong here, or you're not good enough. In this episode, we're going to take a comprehensive look at imposter syndrome, what it is, why it's so prevalent among real estate agents, and how you can shift your mindset to tackle it head on. We'll delve into practical strategies to build your confidence and reduce self-doubt. And before we wrap up, I'll share some actionable takeaways you can implement right away to start overcoming imposter syndrome. So, if you're ready to silence that doubting voice and claim your success with confidence, let's get started. First, let's talk about what imposter syndrome really is. Imposter syndrome is that nagging feeling of self-doubt that can make you feel like you're not really qualified for the success you've achieved. It's the belief that you don't deserve to be in the room with more experienced agents or high-end clients, and that sooner or later, someone is going to figure out that you're just not as good as you seem. For real estate agents, imposter syndrome can rear its head in a few specific scenarios. One common situation is when you're entering a new market where you feel inexperienced. You might feel out of your depth, like an imposter among seasoned local agents. Another scenario is when you're working with luxury properties or high net worth clients for the first time. The stakes are higher, and the pressure to perform can make that inner voice of doubt even louder. Finally, imposter syndrome often strikes when you achieve success. You close a big deal or get amazing client feedback, but instead of celebrating, you find yourself thinking it was just a fluke, that soon enough everyone will see you're not truly deserving of your success. The important thing to remember is that imposter syndrome is incredibly common. Even the most successful people experience it at some point in their careers. The secret is that they've learned to manage it rather than let it hold them back. By understanding what imposter syndrome is and recognizing when it's happening, you can start to take steps to overcome it and reclaim your confidence. In our next segment, we'll dive deeper into why so many real estate agents struggle with imposter syndrome, especially when they're stepping into new territories or aiming higher in their careers. Stay tuned. So, why do so many real estate agents struggle with imposter syndrome, especially when they're entering new territory in their career paths? Let's break it down. First, there are high expectations. Real estate is one of those industries where the pressure to succeed can feel utterly overwhelming. Whether it's trying to land that big client, smashing your sales goals, or expanding into a new market, the sky-high expectations can make you question whether you're good enough to meet them. It's almost like a rite of passage. The more you aim for, the louder that doubting voice can become. Next up, we have the danger of comparing yourself to others. In the book 7 Levels of Communication by Michael Maher, a crucial point is made about the pitfalls of comparing yourself to other agents. It's incredibly easy to see top producers' shiny success stories and feel like you don't measure up. But here's what we often overlook: the hard work, struggles, and failures that happen behind the scenes to get them where they are today. It's like watching the highlight reel of someone's life and thinking your behind-the-scenes footage doesn't compare. Then there are new experiences. Every time you step into a new market or work with clients at a higher price point, you naturally feel out of your comfort zone. You've stepped into unfamiliar territory, and that's when imposter syndrome loves to sneak in. It's when you're pushing yourself to grow and challenge your boundaries that self-doubt seems to find its loudspeaker. So whether it's high expectations, comparing yourself to others, or dealing with new experiences, imposter syndrome is like an unwelcome guest at the party. The trick is to recognize why it's happening so you can address it head on and not let it stifle your potential and success. Now, let's dive into how you can shift your mindset to overcome imposter syndrome. Trust me, your mindset is a powerful tool, and getting it right can make all the difference. Napoleon Hill said it best in his classic Think and Grow Rich. Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. This is a powerful reminder that your mindset is everything when it comes to achieving your goals. So let's explore some mindset shifts that will help you tackle imposter syndrome. First, let's talk about reframing your inner dialogue. When that voice of self-doubt starts to creep in, it's crucial to recognize it and shift it into something positive. Instead of saying, I don't belong here, tell yourself, I've earned my place here. You've worked hard to get where you are, and you deserve every bit of success. This simple shift in how you talk to yourself can change everything. Next, we need to focus on growth, not perfection. Too often, imposter syndrome thrives because we feel like we need to be perfect or know everything. But here's the truth: nobody is perfect. Success isn't about never making mistakes, it's about learning, growing, and adapting along the way. Larry Kendall, in his book Ninja Selling, emphasizes the importance of adopting a growth mindset. When you focus on growth, you understand that mistakes are simply part of the learning process, and that's okay. Another crucial mindset shift is to acknowledge your wins. Imposter syndrome loves to make us downplay our successes, but one way to combat this is by keeping a journal of your accomplishments. Whether it's closing a deal, getting positive feedback from a client, or hitting a personal sales goal, write it down. When self-doubt creeps in, revisiting these wins reminds you of what you're capable of. So there you have it, 3 powerful mindset shifts to help you overcome imposter syndrome. Reframe your inner dialogue. Focus on growth instead of perfection, and acknowledge your wins. Remember, mindset is key to conquering self-doubt and stepping into your success. Now that we've talked about identifying and shifting your mindset to tackle imposter syndrome, let's dive into some practical strategies that can help build your confidence and reduce self-doubt. First up, preparation is key. One of the best ways to boost your confidence is by being well prepared. If you're entering a new market or working with luxury clients, take the time to study the market, understand the trends, and gather all the data you can. When you know your stuff, it's much easier to walk into any situation with confidence. Larry Kendall emphasizes this in his book Ninja Selling, where he talks about the power of being prepared. Knowledge naturally boosts confidence. Next on our list is mentorship and support. Building relationships with supportive peers and mentors can make a world of difference. These are the people who can offer encouragement, advice, and much-needed perspective when you're feeling doubtful. I can't stress enough the importance of building a network of supportive peers. Surrounding yourself with a positive support system can help drown out that inner voice of self-doubt. And finally, embrace continuous learning. Real estate is a constantly evolving field, so committing to lifelong learning is crucial. Patrick Lencioni's 6 Types of Working Genius highlights how we each have different strengths. Lean into your strengths, but don't shy away from improving areas where you feel less confident. When you commit to being a lifelong learner, you start to see every challenge as an opportunity for growth. In summary, remember these 3 strategies: preparation, mentorship and support, and continuous learning. By focusing on these areas, you'll build a more robust foundation of confidence and significantly reduce self-doubt. Now that we've discussed various strategies and mindset shifts to overcome imposter syndrome, let's synthesize everything into some actionable takeaways you can start applying today. First, reframe your inner dialogue. When those negative thoughts start to creep in, challenge them head on. Turn "I don't belong here" into "I've earned my place here." Remind yourself of the hard work and dedication that got you to this point. It's not about faking it till you make it. It's about recognizing and affirming your value and accomplishments. Second, acknowledge your wins regularly. Imposter syndrome often makes us overlook our achievements. Keep a journal where you document every success, no matter how small. Closed a deal? Write it down. Got positive feedback from a client? Note it. Hitting a personal goal? Celebrate it. These entries will serve as tangible reminders of your growing expertise and success. When self-doubt creeps in, you'll have a wealth of evidence to counter it. Lastly, build your knowledge base through continuous learning. Real estate is ever-changing, and staying informed can bolster your confidence. Whether it's attending industry seminars, taking courses, or reading the latest market reports, the more you know, the more assured you'll feel. Continuous learning not only keeps you prepared, but also positions you as a knowledgeable and reliable resource for your clients. By reframing your inner dialogue, acknowledging your wins, and committing to lifelong learning, you'll be well equipped to tackle imposter syndrome. Remember, these steps aren't just one-time fixes. They're ongoing practices that will help you build lasting confidence and resilience in your real estate career. So start implementing these strategies today. With time, patience, and persistence, you'll see a positive shift in your mindset, enabling you to embrace your success with confidence and pride. All right, that brings us to the end of today's episode of Mind Over Market, helping real estate agents rise and thrive. Today, we tackled the often crippling imposter syndrome, discussing what it is, why it happens, and how you can shift your mindset to overcome it. Remember, imposter syndrome is something nearly every successful person faces at some point. The key takeaway is to reframe your inner dialogue, focus on growth rather than perfection, and always acknowledge your wins, no matter how small they may seem. I want to encourage you to shift your mindset, acknowledge the worth you've built up through your hard work, and continue embracing growth in both your professional and personal life. Your success isn't a fluke. It's a testament to your dedication and effort. If you found today's episode helpful, please subscribe to the podcast and share it with a fellow agent who might benefit from these insights. We're all in this together, and a little encouragement can go a long way. Next time, we'll be discussing how to stay resilient during slow market periods, a topic that's sure to offer some valuable tips and perspective for navigating those tougher times. Thank you for tuning in to Mind Over Market, hosted by Clair Gammel. Don't forget to check the show notes for any links or articles mentioned in today's episode. Until next time, keep thriving and rising above the doubts.